All right, we are live in the JC Lounge. Tap in with me, tap in. What is going on the TikTok side, Facebook side, YouTube side? What it do, y'all? What is going on? What is going on? Shout out to Coach Sice. What's going on with you? What is good? Duke Farmer, what's going on, man? Cowboys for life. You already know, man. We got finished filming. A little bit under the weather right now, but you already know. You know what I'm saying? The weather is starting to change. You already know how that goes. Shout out to T-Dog. What's going on, T-Dog? What is good? What is good? Let me make sure I'm good on the YouTube side. I think we're good. Yeah, man. Okay. Shout out to Ryan. What's up, bro? What is going on? Carl, what is good? Yeah, man, it's definitely going to be good just to see this game right here, just picking up off of, the last game. It's always great to see with guys like Dak Prescott and seeing what he can be able to do. We already know his type of ability, what he can be able to do with this offense. Great to see. You know what I mean? There's so many athletes that you got out there. As you can see with their coaching staff, they believe that we have one of the most explosive offenses in the league. Guys like Miami or teams like Miami, a lot of those other teams, a lot of people give us credit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to my man Tarek. What's going on, man? What's good, man? Hey, he's one of my new subscribers. He's always showing love. I appreciate you so much, man. You already know. Hey, it's football weekend. You already know what it is. Probably watch a little bit of college football, but like I was saying a little bit earlier, I'm a little under the weather right now. I am doing some Carl Davis film. So hopefully that's going to be one of those blow up videos, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing a lot of tea on this player. So just seeing it all play out and seeing what's going on. But hey, shout out to you though, bro. Shout out to you. But yeah, man, it's as far as like Dak Prescott, just what he can be able to do with this type of offense and just having all those wide receivers. I'm so proud of him because so many people, they talk so much trash about our quarterback, but it's cool though. You know what I'm saying? You have to continue to keep going out there and just doing your job. If you can be able to do that, we'll be fine. We'll definitely be fine. You know what I'm saying? But just seeing like the wide receiver position, guys like Brandon Cooks having a big game and just having Michael Gallup, all the rest of those guys, Martavis Bryant, don't think he's going to play this game, but when you bring in talent, it makes a better Michael Gallup. It makes a better Jalen Tolbert. So that's just going to be better for everybody on the offense as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Because playing against the 49ers, playing against all these teams that we're going to be playing up against coming up, it's going to be huge. It's going to definitely be huge. So we definitely got to lock in. All right, he said Tom Brady is better than Teddy Bridgewater. That's random, bro. That's so random. Yeah, that's random. But yeah, man, it's great to see, guys like CeeDee Lamb just continuously go out there and be consistent and put up big games. You know what I'm saying? You need things like that from him. You know what I mean? Because what they do is with our type of offense, they lean towards him, the double coverage, all the double teams and stuff like that. So the Brandon Cooks, the Jake Fergusons, all those guys, they're going to have to go out there and step up and make big plays. It's huge. It's definitely critical. All right, let's see. Shout out to my man Evo. What's going on? What is good? What is good? Roy, what is going on? Shout out to you. Yeah, man, it's definitely gonna be huge when with Martavis Bryant. I would like to see him, but I think he's like 31 years old now. So I mean, I remember he used to be one of my favorite players coming out of college, but I mean, you get older. He was with the XFL, so we'll see if this guy can be able to, if they can implement this guy and use this guy on certain packages. I mean, I know he's still explosive. He's a big guy. He kind of reminds me of what's that guy's name? Josh Gordon, Flash Gordon. A few years ago, even though Flash Gordon used to get in trouble a lot, but I'm, mainly his athleticism, being able to create separation and doing things like that, playing that bully ball. That's the type of player he is. So it's going to definitely be good, to see how everything happens with Dak Prescott, but continuously just getting out there outside the pocket, extending plays and doing things like that. If you can do that, if guys like Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb, if they can have that chemistry, that's how you can be able to make big plays, extending plays, and that's what keeps the whole offense open. All right, let's see. Shout out to Gloria. What's going on? What is good? Make sure y'all smash that like button for me. All right, let's see. Brian, what's going on, brother? What is good? Yeah, the running game is going to be important, though. Like, when you're playing against the Carolina Panthers and you see guys like Tony Pollard, you got Rico Dowdle, it's going to be extremely important to get this thing going. But like I've said on previous live streams, it's not just him being able to have a crease, being able to get to that second level. That stuff matters. So hopefully guys like Tyron Smith, those guys can be healthy. the right tackle. Everybody can be on the same page, you know what I'm saying? Because that offensive line, being able to establish the line of scrimmage early on, even if you're playing against the Carolina Panthers, you could be playing against the Arizona Cardinals. I do not care, but being able to continuously run the ball in that West Coast offense is going to be important. It's extremely important because that's what's going to be able to open everything up for Dak Prescott. So just seeing them playing against a team like this, I mean, you can learn a lot of things from this game, you know what I'm saying? Because the NFL, I mean, it's a lot of athletes out there, so you can't take these guys lightly, and everybody try to get us out the way. You know what I'm saying? You know how that go. Hey, shout out to my man Mike. What's going on, man? What is going on, brother? Shout out to you, bro. What is going on with you, man? Nothing much. Just coming in here for some Saturday flavor. I just got finished filming, so I got a Carl Davis film that I'm about to edit. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to come live real quick and say what's up. You know what I mean? A little under the weather right now, bro. It's crazy how like the weather is changing so much, shifting a lot. So you already know how that is. All right, let's see. Shout out to my man Richard. Shout out to you. What's going on? Hey, shout out to my guy Eastside. Hey, look, man. Hey, I got a lot of respect for guys like CJ Stroud, bro. Dude is nice. He is definitely nice. I had to trade him though, bro. I had to trade him in my fantasy. I ended up getting Patrick Mahomes, but I needed to get another running back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the dude's been balling, but I do have Tank Dell. You know what I'm saying? So y'all doing a good job, bro. Definitely doing a good job. And it's wild because it's crazy, like when you pick up a player like a talent like a CJ Stroud, how that can change a franchise that quick. You know what I'm saying? Switch things up that quick. So it's wild. It's wild. But respect to him. I know Eastside is happy, man. But shout out to you, man, for always coming through and showing love, man. Even though you be trolling, you say Eastside be everywhere. Hey, bro, everywhere, bro. But that's my dog, though. Because it's crazy because once I've been doing this for about 1.5 years now. And like when I first started doing live streams, he tapped in, even though he be hating, you know what I'm saying? But you know, my mods be on his back, you know what I'm saying? But he's definitely family for sure, though. But in regards to Houston Texans, them boys been balling though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. All right. Shout out to my man Lawrence. He says Cowboys need to take care of business on the road and not take Panthers for granted like they did. Yeah, that's why I said, bro, like you cannot take any of these guys for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like any team that you're playing, it don't matter. Like you're playing the Cardinals. These guys are top tier athletes. They have been the best athletes at some point in their career in the world. You know what I'm saying? So the Dallas Cowboys being one of the most popular, if not, well, the most popular team in all of sports. I mean, you're gonna get their best shot. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are going to have to lock in and focus, defense, offense, but it starts off with guys like Micah Parsons. Being on defense, being that leader, you got to be able to step up. Like I said, I've always say stay off the Twitter and stuff like that. Focus, lock in, and get this thing done. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to get in position. You know, you're getting to a time now where it's the end of November, you're going into December, and this is the time now where, you know, these guys are going to have to get things going to make this run. He said, so anyways, about one and only Cowboys. I know, right? I know, right? He'll come in here, you know, God show him a little love, though. You know, he gonna hate, man, but, you know, he bang with us, though. He bang with us. Hey, shout out to Mora, too. What's going on? Shout out to you. What's good? My man Bruce said, this game is Cowboys versus Cowboys. No shooting yourself in the foot and stay disciplined. Yeah, man, discipline ball is key. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes Dallas, like we'll play a few perfect games, and then we'll have those games where we get a bunch of penalties. You know what I'm saying? So just playing clean ball, we have to understand when you're playing against these playoff teams in the most important games, you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot getting penalties. You know what I'm saying? So just doing that, if we can be able to stay penalty free, it's hard to beat a team like ours because we're going to score points. We're going to run the score up. You know what I mean? And if this defense can just play sound, understand what everybody is doing, hey, I mean, the sky's the limit, man. It is the limit. All right. Hey, shout out to my man B-Bird. What's up, man? Hey, what's going on? What's the word, B-Bird? I just got finished doing this Carl Davis breakdown. I've been running a lot of tape on this guy, so I can't wait to show you guys this player or whatever, man, just to break things down. Not saying that he's going to be the next big defensive tackle, but, you know, we being content creators, we got to break this stuff down so you guys can see all the tea. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait. This is about to be a real good one, man. We've been doing some quality breakdowns, and we're gonna keep it going. So I think I'll be done editing that tonight. You know what I'm saying? So we'll definitely see. Shout out to you though, B-Bird. All right, what's up, CJ? Shout out to you, bro. He said, "What's up, JC? Thanks for streaming on Saturday. I'm at work and the streets is dry." I know, right? I know. I definitely had to tap in with you guys, man. I miss you guys, and it's always good to talk good football. Like I said, man, we have to just lock in. Even if you're playing the Carolina Panthers, you see guys like Bryce Young. I know he hasn't started off well. A lot of people say that he's too short, but we got to remember that he's a very, very athletic quarterback. He can be able to get outside the pocket. Not saying he makes the best decisions, but we know that we're going to be facing a lot of athletic quarterbacks coming up in the future when you see the Josh Allens, when you see the Jalen Hurts. So just being able to play against a guy, it's the NFL, you know what I mean? And you have to watch out for these guys. And they got some athletes over there. You know, the better teams, you respect any opponent. You know what I'm saying? You don't get cocky, because if you do, that's when you end up getting ran off the field. You know what I'm saying? That's how that usually happens. Hey, shout out to my man, Coach Mom, man. Hey, that's my dog right there. What's up, baby? What's going on with you, man? Salute to you, bro. What's good? All right. Shout out to Mara. She said, "I'm so impressed with Lamb, Cooks, Gallup, Pollard, all going off." Hey, big time. Just to see guys like Brandon Cooks go out there and just step up and make plays like that. Sometimes all it takes is one game. Just like with guys like Mozzie Smith, it's the same type of situation. Even if you're playing the Giants, I don't care who it is. Sometimes that can be good for your psyche, and you can build up off of things like that. But with Brandon Cooks, regarding Brandon Cooks, I mean, he's done things like this before. He's been a player that's had 1,000 yards on every team he's been on. So if he's not having an impact in the game, that could be a Mike McCarthy issue. That could be a Dak Prescott issue, because you know he has the talent. You know he's slippery. He can get in and out of his breaks. This guy is extremely explosive. So you have to utilize him like that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel so good about that, because having a guy that play that slot position, from what I've seen on all 22, he's lining up everywhere. And what it's doing is they can't keep tabs on guys like CeeDee Lamb. You know what I mean? CeeDee Lamb lining up in that slot, lining up on the outside. It's just really good, and that's why you've been seeing these type of numbers when it comes down to all these wide receivers. And if they continue to keep doing that, hey, it's just going to bring out a better Dak Prescott, and hopefully they can be able to get the run game going. All right, let's see. Shout out to my man CJ. He said, "I wonder if Carl Davis is the Hankins replacement for next year, learning, growing, and maybe help out this year." I mean, I know he's a little bit. I think he was drafted in 2015. According to the tape, from what I've seen on tape, it looks like Jonathan Hankins is he's a little bit more athletic than him. You know what I mean? But the thing is, when you see a guy like Carl Davis, who's 6'5", 320 pounds, the guy's a space eater. You know what I'm saying? And playing that nose tackle position, you know, Brian Belichick, they like to have those type of guys that be able to just clog up the middle a lot. You know what I mean? And they're not going to be the big time stat guy like a 3 technique or something like that. Those are the trash can guys, and that allows these linebackers to roam, these safeties, all these guys to go out there and make plays. So with him, I'm still, you know, big on Jonathan Hankins just being there and just getting a lot of burn out there. But I think that if this guy can be able to make the 53-man roster, from what I've seen on all 22 and all the digging that I was doing, he was doing about maybe like 15, 20 snaps per game. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, situations. Let's see if this guy can be able to just make that 53-man roster and see if he can be able to do it. You know, the time is now. You know what I mean? So it's going to be good. All right, my man said, of course, Mozzie, nose tackle 1 for next year, though. Yeah, big time. I'm really, really proud to see him, just the hand usage, disengaging, and just doing things like that, just jumping off the screen. I don't care who it is, y'all. Like, it can be anybody in the National Football League. I mean, when you have a game like that, that's how you can be able to, that's what builds confidence. You know what I mean? So great to see that from this player, and hopefully I can be doing more all 22s of him. You know what I mean? Because I love doing all 22s in the trenches, man. That's the best to me. All right, let's see. Excuse me, guys. I'm a little under the weather right now, so I'm struggling a little bit, but we good though. We good. All right, shout out to my man B-Bird. He said it was criminal the way that they were utilizing Cooks. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to use this guy. I mean, if you know that a guy is running a 4-3, a lot of those safeties, a lot of those corners are not running the 4-3, and speed isn't everything. I mean, I remember it was one guy, Darius Hayward-Bay. I mean, I remember he was one of those guys that was coming out of the draft. I think he was running like a 4-2, but he never really transitioned to the NFL and took that next step. Speed isn't everything, but just having a guy that has the speed, he has a history of getting 1,000 yards on previous teams. He knows how to create separation. He can play in a slot. He can play on the outside. You can utilize him in the jet sweep. It's just so many different things that you can do for this player. It's awesome. You know what I'm saying? And it's just going to bring out a better Michael Gallup, Jalen Tolbert, whenever Michael Gallup does see the field, because it looked as though Jalen Tolbert was on the field more and Brandon Cooks was on the field more, and Michael Gallup wasn't in on certain packages. But I still would utilize Michael Gallup. Don't get me wrong, because what it's going to do is hopefully that can be something that can get him going mentally. And you see, he scored that touchdown. You know what I'm saying? He did score that touchdown, so that was definitely good. All right, shout out to my man B Bird. What's the word? He said Davis may be insurance in case one of the one techs get hurt. Yeah, big time. That's what I'm saying. But like I said, it's always great to be able to have all that beef. That's a lot of beef now, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, make sure y'all like that live, man. I appreciate y'all. But shout out to Jazz too. But yeah, that's a lot of beef within the interior. Those one techniques, you gotta have those guys. That's not the most sexiest position, but like when you can be able to be that guy that can be able to clog everything up inside the middle. Hey, I mean, it's a bang bang position, you know, and sometimes players do get hurt, bro. So you're absolutely right on that one. All right, let's see. My man, shout out to my man Lawrence. He said, understand Cowboys offense didn't click to after the loss of the 49ers. I mean, hey, look, man, sometimes, that's how it goes. Sometimes it goes that way. You know what I mean? Sometimes you might have a loss, and playing against the 49ers, that's going to be a big deal. You know what I mean? But I think that we do have the talent to go out there and go do it, but they just got to go prove it. Don't get cocky, bro. They can't get cocky, and continue that run game. You know what I'm saying? I did shout out to my man Coach Marv, because eventually I am going to do that, a blocking all 22 of Tony Pollard. I mean, he has been holding up as being a blocker. It's always great to see things like that, but I do want to see these guys in the interior being able to run in between the tackles, him and Rico Dowdle, both of those guys, because like I said, man, with that West Coast offense, it's very important being able to run that ball. All right, let's see. Shout out to my man CJ. He said, you think Martavis Bryant will play this year or just insurance? I think he could play this year. I don't think Dallas will just pick that guy up just so that guy will just sit. You know what I'm saying? But it just depends, though, CJ. Is he making plays in practice? That's the main thing. You know what I mean? But with his type of ability, what he can be able to do, like, I mean, that adds a whole different dynamic to this offense if this guy can be able to make the team or make the 53 and, you know, get some burn on the field. That just adds a whole different dynamic. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll definitely see about it. We'll see. All right, let's see. My man Lawrence said offense in the beginning of the season. Okay, I got you there. Okay, he said offense in the beginning of the season wasn't clicking and terrible in the red zone. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Like sometimes the offense might be on, sometimes the defense might be off, but the defense might be on and then the offense might be off. It's weird because usually with our teams, they're not on at the same time. When they're on at the same time, you're blowing teams out week in and week out. So hopefully they can just get it together and get things going because they got the talent to do it, Lawrence. All right, let's see. Last 4 weeks, Dak is the best quarterback in the league stat-wise. Yeah, I saw that, man. Hey, look, man, it's great to see Dak putting up those numbers, but I don't want to get caught up into the numbers game. You know what I'm saying? Because one moment they might be praising Dak, and then the next moment they're going to be hating. The real Cowboys Nation know. One game that he does bad, they're always hating. You know what I mean? You don't need that type of energy. Just lock in and focus. Dak knows the type of player that he is. He knows he has the talent to go out there and do it. He just got to go out there and prove it. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to get it to a point where they're having that mentality that this is going to be a complete air show. You know what I mean? Because you want to stick to what you started from the very, very beginning. West Coast offense, Texas Coast, you can throw the ball down the field, but you want to be able to get the guys in space, just do little things like that, and have Dak on the move. You know what I mean? That's what I like to see. Shout out to Jazz, too. Good looking, Jazz. Shout out to you. What's good? What is good? All right, my man said Nico Collins or Pacheco. I don't know. Nico Collins, he's coming off an injury, right? You don't want to throw your chips on that right now. I mean, that's just me. Pacheco, he puts in work. All right, Cowboys are playing in the red zone now. It just took time. Time is everything in the regular season. Yeah, it's imperative, man. Time is everything. Like usually, like when you go in the beginning of a season and you see things, and you get to the mid part of the season, towards the end of the season, things get better. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't try to get so caught up into, oh yeah, this person wasn't doing this or they wasn't doing that. Red zone is very, very, very important, going down the stretch. But it takes time to be able to just get everything clicking. So once you get to that end of the season, once you get to mid-season, once you start seeing, better production from these guys, I'm like, okay, it's less stressful. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, my man said, shout out to you, bro. He said, Rico Dowdle need more snaps. He's looking good. Yeah, a lot of people's definitely saying he needs more snaps. It's funny when you look at situations like that, because every time we have like a second running back, or if we have like a second or third running back, those guys always ball out. And, people tend to always want those guys to get more carries. I mean, because they're not really they're not banging like that as much as that first running back position. But, just utilizing both of those guys, I think that it'll definitely be good. I'm not going to sleep on my guy, Tony Pollard, bro. Like, that's my dog, man. Like, and I know, like, with his type of ability, just getting to that second level is going to be key in giving this guy creases. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I want to see, man. Can they get to the second level and give my guy a crease? Because a lot of times I've seen, they didn't get no push on that line of scrimmage. And where's Tony Pollard going to go? You know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's going to be key for this guy, though. Like, just being able to catch the ball and just doing little things within that type of offense is huge. But just having both of these guys and just utilizing these guys in the pass game, the run blocking game, all of the pass blocking game, it's going to be key. It's going to be key going forward when these games get real important. All right, let's see. Somebody at my door. All right, he said, what do you think about the Ravens? Do you think they're a Super Bowl contender? They're a good team, bro. They're definitely a good team. Ravens are not a bad team, but we'll see. It's crazy that with the Bengals, they ended up losing their quarterback, and the Ravens, they lost their tight end as well. So it's going to be a dogfight. You know what I'm saying? As far as like Kansas City, Buffalo, they're not it anymore. You know what I mean? They're not really where they need to be. All right, let's see. Shout out to you, Spin. He said Mozzie Smith had a pretty good game. Yeah, he did. He definitely had a pretty good game. But you want to continue to keep stacking those on, bro. You gotta stack those on. But I was talking about CeeDee Lamb though. But CeeDee Lamb, he's playing like a top 2 wide receiver right now. He's putting up top 1 numbers. I love to see what CeeDee Lamb is doing. It's crazy because when Richard Sherman, once he says something crazy about him, it seemed like this guy just hit a light switch and completely start going off. You know what I'm saying? But we knew going in, this is his type of ability. He can put up the Jamar Chase numbers. He can put up the Justin Jefferson type numbers. He has the ability, but we have to understand, it starts with Mike McCarthy. It starts with Dak Prescott, utilizing him early on within the game. Don't wait to get this guy going. Get this guy going early. If you can be able to do that, that's when the whole playbook opens up. You know what I'm saying? So it's critical. All right. Hey, shout out to my man Bieber for the $5, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, brother. He said they started the season playing safe, no turnovers. This will win you a lot of games, but won't beat Philly or San Francisco. The San Francisco game made us change for the good. Hey, look, man, shout out to you on that, man. Thank you so much for the love, bro. It's crazy because you don't want to play that conservative route all the time. Now, when you're looking at like teams like the Carolina Panthers, this is a type of team right here where you can just run the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Where you can just quick plays, doing little things like that. A lot of time is burning throughout the game. Control the time of possession, stuff like that. But when you're playing against the 49ers and the Eagles, that's when the Texas coast comes in play. Yes, you can run the West Coast, but you want to run that Texas offense that we've run in previous years, throwing the ball down the field, taking the top off the defense, little things like that to have their defense overthinking. That's what they're doing right now. You know what I mean? And it's so great to see. If they can continue to keep doing that, it's going to be hard to be able to stop. You know what I mean? And like my man said before earlier, like it takes time to be able to kind of get things like that going. And this Texas Coast offense, I think that that's one of them. You know what I mean? As well as, the defense and doing certain things, utilizing guys like Micah Parsons. So, all right. Shout out to Mara. She said, I'm so hyped for the game tomorrow. Why Thursday? Let's go Dallas. Yeah. The game is gonna be hype. It's definitely gonna be hype. But Thursdays, I don't like Thursdays games. It's crazy, but unless it's Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying. But other than that, Thursdays games, I don't know. I'm not really big on them, but that's going to be fireworks, playing against Washington. Because, me being from the DMV, you already know, man, it's always fireworks on Thanksgiving if we're playing those guys. But that's another team we're going to have to look out for because not saying that they're a very, very good team, but it's a divisional game and they're feisty. You know what I mean? And Sam Howell, a lot of those guys, they lost a lot of players, but they still try to fight on and try to find ways to beat you. But like I said, you don't want to get cocky about any of this, man. Like we know we have the ability to be able to scrape anybody that we line up against. But if we come out there playing around and we're not controlling the time or playing good defense, doing little things, utilizing Micah Parsons, that's when you fall into trouble. All right. Shout out to you though, Mark. Okay. Shout out to Soccer Gamer. He said we're going to cook the Panthers. We them boys. Let's go. Yeah, most definitely, man. This guy put in that work, man. It's gonna be good though. All right, let's see. Say how's everybody doing? What's going on? Shout out to you. All right. What else did I want to talk about? Okay, he said CeeDee Lamb is open by steps, 90% of the snaps. Just locate him for yardage. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, look, man, he's definitely one of the guys. Just like Jamar Chase, he's always open. That is not a lie. That is a real thing. Just having a player to having the ability to have that spatial awareness, you can utilize him everywhere within the slot, on the outside, jet sweeps, the same things that you can pretty much do with the Brandon Cooks. But the thing is, CeeDee Lamb is a bigger player, but I mean, you can utilize Brandon Cooks a lot of the ways that you can utilize CeeDee Lamb. So that's always great. When you're looking at guys like Michael Gallup, that touchdown play was fireworks. Hey, look, that touchdown play, I mean, that's classic Michael Gallup. Not gaining too much separation, but those 50-50 balls, catching those strong routes and stuff like that. I mean, that's how you can be able to set the tone. That's the Michael Gallup that I've always known You know what I mean? So being able to step up, to be able to spell guys like Brandon Cooks, to be able to spell CeeDee Lamb, that's just going to make a better Jake Ferguson. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And I think that Jake Ferguson is going to really rip it up this year for the rest of the year. He said Dak has been a different quarterback. I mean, Dak has always been a good quarterback to me, man. But, sometimes things happen, you know what I mean? And you're in the NFL. I believe in Dak Prescott. But one thing I have to say is, he's getting older now. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys are getting older. The Zach Martins, the Tyron Smiths, the DeMarcus Lawrence. These guys got to go do it now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point now, you get to the playoffs when things get very, very important, when the lights are the brightest. What are you going to do? Are you going to step up or are you going to fold like a lawn chair? That's the thing, man. And that's where I'm at right now when it comes to Dak. Like, I know he can put up the numbers. He can beat you if you think you're sweet. Now, it's time to get to these most important games. This is what all us Cowboys fans want out of him. You know what I'm saying? He said we need more Jalen Brooks. Hey, Jalen Brooks was stepping up, bro. Like, hey, that's good to see from him, man. Like, just being a guy that don't really know the offense like that, and you're stepping up and you're getting in there and you're getting some burn on the field and you're actually catching the ball. You're trying to block and doing things like that. That's always good, man. So if he can be able to get whoever steps up. He said, I'm worried only for Terrence Steele again because Brian Burns is really good. Yeah, Brian Burns is a really good pass rusher, but the thing is, it comes down to the coaching staff, bro. Like offensive line, Brian Schottenheimer, Mike McCarthy, just putting Terrence Steele in a position so he won't be in harm's way. And I'm not trying to call him a scrub or anything like that, but if you have a guy that that is more athletic than you, and if you know a guy that is fully capable of beating you, then you can always give a guy some help at the running back position, chipping them at the tight end position. Little things like that matters. You know what I'm saying? Because, if you're chipping a guy, that 1 second or that 2 seconds where you can be able to delay a Brian Burns or whoever that's going to be pass rushing on that side, that can be the biggest difference in the world. Because with Dak Prescott, he's getting the ball out of his hands quickly. You know what I'm saying? So getting this guy some help is always good. You know what I mean? But we've seen this guy be able to hold it down and get the job done. You know what I mean? But I just think that the coaching staff, they have to be aware of player personnel. If you got guys like a Brian Burns, or if you're playing against what's the guy from the Eagles that was rushing against him, Reddick, if you're playing against those speed rushers and stuff like that, sometimes it's okay to get them help. You know what I mean? So scheme matters. Scheme definitely matters for sure. All right, let's see. Shout out to my man CJ. He said still okay. He just working back on that bad leg injury. It takes time. Exactly, bro. It definitely takes time. And that's another thing, if we're going to say that about Steele, we got to say the same thing about Tony Pollard as well. Tony Pollard was injured in January, February. Next thing you know, he's the starting running back in August. He's in mini camp. He's in training camp. I mean, hey, breaking your foot like that, sometimes it can take some time. So we don't want to malign these guys. We don't want to speak so badly about these guys, especially, okay. So when you look at Michael Gallup, right? So Michael Gallup was hurt last year, and going into the next year, he had a slow year. But then you get into this year, it's still looking shaky. That's when we can question him. But when you look at Terrence Steele, a guy that has put in work, who has earned his contract, and as well as guys like Tony Pollard who has put in work, let's give it some time and see what plays out. But it can be tricky with that 1-year deal when it comes down to Tony Pollard. So if I were him, usually with running backs, with that 1-year deal, this is the time when they actually turn up. So if I were him, hey, I would get things going as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? So you know how that go. Hey, shout out to my man DP. Hey, what he do, D? Hey, DP, I ain't seen you in a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, brother? He said, Dak is him, and I stand on it. Hey, bro, I'm standing with you, bro. Hey, I'm on my square. You already know. He said, let Rico play so we can be balanced and target both wide receiver 1 and 2. Yeah, Dak for MVP. Yeah, man, it's so wild, bro. Like where they talk so much trash about Dak Prescott. Now they got him in the MVP conversation. It's just so crazy how they just be moving the goalposts. That's why, like I said, I don't get so caught up with the 3- and 4-letter networks. Like most of us content creators, the guys that we got creating contents, man, they can't even shine our shoes of the stuff that we talk about with the Dallas Cowboys. The creating that we're doing is it's next level. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't get so caught up into what they say about our quarterback. I feel as though that he's one of the better quarterbacks in this league. You don't have to be the Patrick Mahomes or trying to be the thirsty Josh Allen and stuff like that. Just run that juggernaut whenever you can get outside the pocket, have that chemistry with guys like CeeDee Lamb. This is the same thing that guys like Justin Jefferson is doing whenever Kirk Cousins is getting outside the pocket. You gotta have that type of chemistry. If you can be able to extend plays, this is how you can be able to separate playoff teams from championship teams. When Dak Prescott is on the move, he is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. When he is using his athleticism, when he's running the ball, he is one of the better quarterbacks in this league. I mean, it's the little things. It's the little things. Hey, thanks so much for all the likes and loves on the Facebook side too. I'm just getting this Facebook thing going. I appreciate y'all so much, man. All right, let's see. Shout out to DP. He said scheme matters to running backs too. TP not getting his O from last year. He's getting Zeke load, which is different. We need Rico to stay involved and handle the dirty work so TP can get busy in the edges. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And see, the thing is about TP, he's a true perimeter player. You know what I'm saying? He has the ability to be able to take a jet sweep or take a pitch and get out there and take it for 60 yards. You know what I'm saying? So you want to utilize him that way. You know what I mean? So it's crazy because he has that type of ability that Felix Jones had in the past. Remember Felix Jones? Remember when they started giving Felix Jones the ball too much? He never was the same player. You know, you don't want to do that to a guy like Tony Pollard. Not saying that he can't be a bang player, but just like my man DP is saying, like, you don't want to overdo it. You want to bring in guys like Rico Dowdle. You got to utilize all the running backs that you have. You know, any running back that you have in that West Coast offense, just to be able to spell each other. I think that it'll be good because we don't have a Zeke anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it'll be good if you can just use everybody, bro. I say, yep. Shout out to you, bro. On the TikTok side, he said Dak is having a 2021 season again, but kind of better. Yeah, I mean, Dak has the juice, bro. He has what it takes. I'm just excited just to see what this player has been doing. You know what I'm saying? But he's done this stuff before. Trust and believe me. And why I respect him so much is because he doesn't get caught up into all the media and all the things, all the people that's talking down on his name and stuff like that, man. So just going out there and just staying even killed, understand that you have the talent, you have everybody at your disposal. Just go out there and just get it done. You know what I'm saying? And just don't get cocky. You know what I mean? That's the problem. You know, that's when you start running into problems when it comes down to the Cowboys. You don't want to have that type of energy. All right. Shout out to my man CJ. He said, bro, Martavis running sub 4.4, him, Cooks, Turpin, and the speed package running crossing routes would be nasty. Big Mike can get creative. Yeah, man, that stuff comes down to Mike McCarthy. You know what I mean? That dude, Martavis Bryant, was one of my favorite wide receivers coming out of in a long time. You know what I'm saying? And I think he was playing with DeAndre Hopkins. You know, he was playing with DeAndre Hopkins. It's been a while, but like the explosion, this dude can be able to catch balls. I mean, his the radius, his catch radius. I mean, the dude is a monster. You know what I'm saying? Being 6'4" and you're running that fast, these cornerbacks, a lot of these safeties are not running that fast. They're not as strong as this type of player. If he can come in here and he has an impact like Amari Cooper, when Amari Cooper came in and stepped up that quickly, hey man, it can be something. It can be something else. But this is gonna fall on to Mike McCarthy. That's where it's gonna be huge, bro. That's where it's gonna be huge. But I did want to talk about my guy. Let me see. Let's see. I did want to talk about my guy LVE, man. Shout out to him. It's so unfortunate. I didn't get a chance to really speak on it, but just hearing about him not being able to play for the rest of the season, it's crazy. You know what I mean? And I have a lot of respect for him. I remember when he first got in here and he was an all-pro, second team all-pro. He really stepped up. He never really met those expectations after that year, but just seeing this player and going through what he's been going through, I think coming out of college, he had a neck issue coming out. So the scouts, I mean, you got to pay attention to stuff like that, but we got to understand that life is bigger than football. You know what I'm saying? And if you're having those issues, if you continuously just keep on having your spine and spinal, that is something. Just in the words of my man Mike Tyson, spinal. You know, you don't want anything to happen to your neck. And if it continuously keeps happening, I mean, sometimes you got to hang up the cleats. But we'll see what happens when you see guys like Rashaan Evans and you got Marquise Bell, you got Damone Clark being able to step up. I feel good. I feel good about it. But in regards to guys like LVE, hopefully he can get better. And like I said, man, life is always bigger than football. And some people can't even have the opportunity to even play in the NFL. So it's always a beauty to be able to have that opportunity. And hopefully he can be able to get better, man, for sure. All right, let's see. Hey, shout out to John Jones. What's up, man? Hey, what's going on, man? Shout out to you, bro. He said, what's up, brother JC and Cowboys Nation? Let's go. You already know, man. We got a game. We definitely got a game. But, yeah, man, as far as those linebackers and you seeing guys like Marquise Bell not being the biggest guy, size is not always everything in the NFL. Like, a lot of people, they get so big and caught into scheme. I remember Dan Quinn was saying that he likes to have cornerbacks that's like 6'2", 6'3". But I don't think guys like Deron Bland is 6'2". I think he's like either 6 foot, maybe like 6'1" or 6 foot, something like that. But size is not always everything. If you got guys that can understand your scheme, if you got guys that have that dog mentality, you have to utilize these guys. Period. You have to do it. And seeing guys like Marquise Bell playing that safety position, we know that this is a passing league now. So you got running backs that can be able to run routes. You got tight ends that can be able to run routes like wide receivers. So it's okay to sometimes have smaller linebackers, but is the player feisty? Can he be a Deion Jones? Can he be a guy that can be able to roam sideline to sideline? That's when having big defensive tackles come in play. Bringing in Carl Davis, bringing in guys like Mozzie Smith. So allowing those guys to be able to be free and roam. So it's going to be important, but I'm just excited just to see. I don't know how much they're going to utilize these guys because I know they want to have Micah Parsons playing that linebacker position. You don't want to have these situations where Micah Parsons is going into a game and he has an offer. He's having an offer, guys. No tackles, no sacks, no anything. That's a coaching issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make sure that you utilize this guy at that linebacker position. Make sure you bring him everywhere. If he is your best athlete on the entire team, don't just stick him in one spot. Utilize him everywhere so he can be able to disrupt games. Because when you're playing these teams, man, I mean, we want him around the ball as much as possible, Cowboys Nation. All right, let's see. Shout out to DP. He said, I like everything I'm hearing about Bryant, but gotta see it first. Yeah, straight up, bro. I'm not getting caught up into what everybody's hyping. Like, let's see it. At this point now, yes, we've heard of a lot of names. Mari Cooper's coming in. Terrell Owens coming in. So many sexy names. Y'all remember when we had, at one point we had Terrell Owens and we had Roy Williams at the wide receiver, and they was calling them the bald head freaks. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff don't matter unless you bring it out on the field. Chemistry matters, guys. Chemistry matters. All right, let's see. My man said, really, I want Dak to have the same wide receivers for 4 years straight. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think we've had that. Yeah, we have not had that, bro. He said, let's see what he can do with the same group instead of new weapons. Yeah, man. I mean, just continuously just building that chemistry. You know what I mean? But Brandon Cooks, by him being a player that has played for multiple teams, he's played for a plethora of teams throughout his career. I'm not worried about him. I think that he can build that chemistry with Dak Prescott. But, you know, when you're bringing in younger guys like Jalen Tolbert, you know, that's when I start thinking like, okay, that's going to take some time. But having established veterans, guys like Martavis Bryant, not been in the league for a long time, but I think that eventually, as the more he gets in here and understands what Dak Prescott wants, then I think that Dak Prescott can be able to gain confidence in him, and then that's when we'll start seeing him on the field. You know what I mean? But I mean, if he can be able to play like, you know, I don't know, probably like starting off like 8 to 12 snaps, you know, in red zone or something, like, you know, certain situations and stuff like that, just to be able to, you know, get his confidence going. I think as we go along, we still got a long season in my eyes. So 8 to 12 plays to get this guy going, I think that we'll be fine. He'll be fine. All right, let's see. Shout out to DP. He says, sad to see, but I think he pushed past where most would have the heart to try. Mad respect to the Wolf Hunter. I think it's time, but this decision is up to him. Respect LVE. Yeah, man, decision is up to him, bro. But if I were him, I mean, like I said, man, you've been in the NFL before. Like, a lot of these teams, it's only like 0.1 people to ever make it to the NFL, like 0.01. It's a crazy number. But I mean, it's amazing for a player to be able to make it to the NFL. If you know you're going through like situations with your health like that, you still could be in the football community. You know what I'm saying? Some way, somehow. I mean, those guys are making bread, bro. You know what I mean? Like, big ups to him, though. I mean, I know he's a competitor. I know he's one of the guys that's really, really young. But, you know, like I said, man, health is first. You know, so we'll see. We'll definitely see about him. But feel good about the linebacker position going forward for all these guys to be able to step up. Like I said, I heard Cowboys laid an egg at the Eagles game. Hey, man, chill, man. You coming in here saying crazy stuff, man. He said, I told you they needed another wide receiver before the season, but you ignored me. You said I ignored you. I ignore you, bro. Come to the YouTube side so I can be able to see your comments, bro. It's a lot of people that be on the TikTok side sometimes, so I can't see everything. But if you subscribe to my channel, then I can be able to see you on my main platform, bro. I didn't ignore anybody, bro. All right. Shout out to Maura. She said, yep, I'm sad about LVE. I think he definitely should call it quits. He had the same injury last year. Yeah, he's had it last year. I think he's had it twice before and in college as well. Yeah, man. So it's big. It's big. Health is very, very important. But yeah, man, it's gonna definitely be good. We'll see how it all plays out with this team. On defense, the secondary, Micah Parsons being utilized everywhere, the defensive line. If Mozzie Smith can continue to have a good game, even if they're utilizing him like 20 to 25 snaps per game, make the most of it. You know what I mean? Because with their type of defense, sometimes you might have Dante Fowler within the interior. You might have Sam Williams playing that interior. It's a passing league, so you got to make the most of your opportunities and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But we have to go into this situation knowing that he's not going to be the 4, 5, or 8 sack type of player playing that one technique position. I mean, it's to stop the run, disrupt things, and allow other guys to make plays. So we'll see. I'll definitely be locked in on Mozzie Smith for sure. He said, because you disagreed that we didn't need another wide receiver. No, bro, I honestly think that we were okay at wide receiver, bro. Honestly, I mean, having a guy like Martavis Bryant is that much. I mean, that's a plus. But the thing is only one ball to go around. If these guys are not putting up the production, if they're not doing what they like, guys like Michael Gallup, that's the question mark right there with me. Like, but I feel as though that guys like Brandon Cooks, just utilizing him, Mike McCarthy getting him going, CeeDee Lamb stepping up, they're talented, bro. But Martavis Bryant being on the Dallas Cowboys, hey man, we'll take it. You know what I mean? But I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out with him. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. All right, shout out to my man DP. He said, he said they said I like the future at linebacker if we bring Evans back. I think give him through 2025. Yeah, man, I definitely like Rashaan Evans too. If you guys have not checked out that Rashaan Evans breakdown that I did, it's a lot of lowlights, a lot of highlights of this player, just breaking everything down from him, what he can be able to do on this defense. I can't wait to see him. I mean, if they can utilize him this game, it's going to be huge. Definitely going to be huge. All right, so I definitely wanted to give my game predictions on this game. I think that before I get out of here, I got some editing that I got to do, but 38-10. I think that Tony Pollard will be able to have a big game. I think he'll score 2 touchdowns this game. You know what I'm saying? Remember I said this, but I think it'll be 38-10. I think that their quarterback for the Panthers, I mean, he's a good quarterback, but he's a very young player, not the biggest guy, but with our defensive line, I think we'll rattle this guy. You know what I'm saying? And one of the guys we do have to look out for is Adam Thielen. He started off good, but he's had a couple of slow games, a past few games, but that's one of the guys I think that we'll have to look out for. But having guys like Deron Bland and Stephon Gilmore, what Deron Bland has done so far this season has been amazing. Got to give a lot of respect to him, y'all. Like, real talk, man. Just seeing a player like him being drafted in the 5th round like that, stepping up is going to be huge, man. But I think that this game it's going to be a good one, though. You know what I'm saying? But I think that eventually we're gonna take that lead on them. I don't think they're going to score too much on us, and we're gonna get this thing going for sure. Definitely gonna get it going for sure. All right, let's see. Let me get to this last comment. He said we should keep Evans through 2025. Need to course correct the room mentality. Let him get physical play in Clark head. Week 2, Bell just needs size and reps. Yeah, man, I know, right? That's why I say, man, I mean, reps matter, bro. It's very important. Just getting those repetitions in there and just having guys like Bell. Wheat is another sneaky one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's one of the guys that has the ability to be able to jump off the screen. So it's always great to be able to see players like that, man. So it's going to be good. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited, guys. I can't wait. We probably will be going live tomorrow after the game. So you guys tap in with me. If you guys want to jump on, I will definitely be sending the link. You already know what it is. He said Bland is the man. Yeah, man, big time. I love to see Bland's tape. Like, the dude jumps off the screen, bro, like every single time. But this shows that you can be able to find 4th round players. You can find 5th round talents all throughout the draft. Top tier players. You can find guys. That's why whenever I'm looking at the draft, I always look at it all the way to the very end. You know what I mean? Because you can find players everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to my man Gravy. What's up, bro? Hey, man, the newest Cowboys fan, man. What's going on, man? Hey, shout out to you, bro. What is good? What is good? I definitely got to get you on the show, bro. One of these shows, bro, we definitely got to tap in. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's on audio, even if it's, if you want to be seen, it don't matter. You know, it's always family on this side of town. You already know, always great energy, bro. You already know what it is. Shout out to you, bro. All right, let's see. My man said Dallas has looked great in the last month. Big time, bro. But we don't want to get cocky, bro. We're not cocky on this side of town. They have the talent. We know this the same team. You know what I'm saying? So just focusing, just locking in and just doing their job, it's going to be critical. But yeah, man, hey, thank y'all so much for tapping in with me. I got some editing I got to do, man, so I can get this video going, man, so I can keep this platform going, keep this channel going. Thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Appreciate all the love, guys. Go Cowboys. We will be live tomorrow. Talk to y'all soon. Out.